Well, there it is. We are rocking and rolling, hanging and banging. There it is. The press conference is done and dusted. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. How do we say it, Uncle John? Just boy, oh boy. Or do we say, ready, bang?
I really think the best thing we got out of this was hashtag clone move. Clone move.
Clone move. The clone move was very, very interesting. We'll wait for more and more people to come over. I've got a couple of interesting tidbits about it all. It was very, very interesting. That's for sure. As people hopefully will come over. There was about 16,000 people. 16,000 people watching it. Surely you had to have been impressed.
Yeah, so the highest I saw it was like 16,700 or something like that. Really, really impressive. I thought that the overall structure and quality, I think it is better than it has been in the past. I think Neil probably helped that out quite a bit, having, very deep knowledge of all the guys that are on the panel. And I think that Devon gave us enough to chew on. And I thought Levan actually did a fairly decent job himself.
One of the best things, Levan laughing, Levan thinking that he is super funny was one of the best things I've seen in a very long time. I don't know if it's because it's 3:00 in the morning here. I was like, that's golden. That is golden.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there. Or he was so excited to say some things and he couldn't get the English out enough. So it's like, and he quickly, and then he'd hear his translator say it and he'd start pissing himself laughing. I was like, man, I love you. I love you. That was awesome.
So in reality, they did talk to Marcio and Irakli and Corey and Alex, but really the press conference was about Devon versus Levan, right? Yeah. Realistically, when we break it down. So let me ask you this to start off. Was there a clear winner between Devon and Levan in that press conference? Can we say this is the guy that won?
Yes and no. Yes and no. No, they both lose points because Devon was eating McDonald's and Levan was on his phone and he wasn't even listening half the time. But then Levan's giggly, funny side gave him heaps of points and he was at least engaging and trying. So I was like, yeah, awesome. And Devon was just trying to give us something. You're fat. You're a pussy. You're this. You're that. So, yeah, I was like, okay. What's your... Well, we got to say hi to everyone in the chat in a moment. But what's your take on it all?
I thought it was fairly even, I think. I think if I, am Levan, I kind of play it the way he did, not upset about anything that Devon is saying. He seems supremely confident in what he's doing. There were some things that surprised me that he said, like, the fact that he wasn't really all that motivated to train for the match at one point. The fact that, he didn't do any, he said he didn't change his training regiment at all for Devon. So whatever he's done in the past, he has just kept on doing, which, on one side, that's probably great. He's had extreme success with what he's been doing. Yeah. But does that mean, is there something that he may be in trouble with if he really didn't specifically train for Devon Larratt? He said he's not worried about the King's move. He's not worried about anything. He's just going to destroy Devon.
Yeah, it was. He seemed knackered talking. He seemed knackered talking. That was. I was reading into that way too much.
Devon kept on poking him about him pretending to be sick, having the excuses ready to go, all this stuff, which we kind of started hearing about yesterday, just a little bit. Now, here's where Devon did win, in my opinion, at the very end in the face-to-face, because Devon looked way better, in my opinion. way better. And it
Look
might
at
be
that.
a little angle action going on, but Devon looks like an athlete and Levan does not. Whether that's just, the way it looks and the perspective, it doesn't matter. The perception to me is that Devon looks like a powerhouse.
He looked different. So I wanted to give my official opinion, like after I saw him at the press conference. So it was interesting. Mate, we haven't even said hi to bloody everyone in the chat. What is going on? Mazal is off his tits here. He says, I'm gone off my top here. Fuck yeah, Devon. Yeah, baby. So go, Mazal. What else have we got here? Jeez, it's all bloody happening. It is all bloody happening here. Where'd me comment section go? Alrighty, so we have got it keeps like refreshing and popping up and down. So let me go back. So we got Mazal in the chat. Macho Man thought it was all funny as hell.
It was pretty funny. Devon was definitely on point with the Clone Wars and running with that, even though Levan said, or not Clone Wars, clone move versus clown move. So that was pretty good. I like that. Devon did call him a pussy to his face.
That was cool. That I think that if you're going to pick, you were saying about the winner.
Yeah,
it was that.
Devon may have won by a slight margin just because he was doing more, right? He was the more active man in the ring. He was putting out more volume.
He was trying to make it not just a boring conversation, because when they got to it was, Alex being Alex, he's like, oh my God, you're I'm amazing. This is amazing being here. I love you. I love you, and things like that. And I thought Barney the fucking dinosaur was going to come out and give everyone a hug. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. But then, Devon was trying to give us something. He was trying to give us something, which I can appreciate. Levan couldn't stop texting his side chick throughout the whole press conference. It was ridiculous. Mason said, say it with me, pussy. Yeah, Benji Mac, did you see the comment section at all?
Jeez, what a mess that was.
That was, oh my God. It was
clearly. I'd like to know what the point, like, where is the point where slow mode needs to be engaged? Because it's definitely before 16,000.
16,000 people.
The live chat was completely pointless.
Mazal was like, I was texting John every 7 seconds. Man, when it came to it, I couldn't read the chat because no one was putting time out. There were no moderators or anything. So everyone was like, clan. And it was just going nuts.
It was on Devon's channel, right? Like Devon. It's unlikely that we will see that fixed.
It was crazy. All right, let's do a poll. What do we want the poll to be? We'll do who won the press conference.
Yeah, who won the press conference? That's
who won the press conference.
I did a poll on my community page. Was it last night or this morning? I can't remember. I'm just pulling it up here. I wanted to get a little deeper, and it's, you must bet your house who wins, Devon or Levan. And that has evened things out significantly. 53% for Devon, 47% for Levan, if you have to bet your house.
If you have to bet your house on it. Yeah. I like that. All right, that. Balls to the wall. What do we got here? Who would I bet my house on? Wow. Now you've got me by the balls, mate. Now you've got me by the balls.
That's a little tricky. Little Zadie's going to be out on the street if you pick the wrong one, buddy.
Oh, I know. I'd have to just be live for the rest of my life and hope, we'll go live for food.
Right.
Might have to moving forward. Levan, the press conference. Levan is entertaining as watching paint dry. I thought he was funny.
I did too. I thought he actually did better than I thought he would. It wasn't great, but I thought it was there was more interaction than I thought there would be.
Yeah, he sat there and I was like, when he was like texting and stuff like that, I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, yeah. John Doe says, greetings, Jake and Uncle John. Did Devon clean up on Super Chats? I want Devon to win. I'm thinking Levan is too massive. Keep up the great work. Yeah. I reckon $1,000 easy.
Yeah, I wasn't even, I turned off the live chat. I couldn't, it was just, so it wasn't even paying attention.
I just tried to get him once in a while. We're going live. We're going live afterwards. We're going live afterwards. Come live afterwards. Yeah, I reckon about $1,000. Everyone was just dropping 50s. So because, you know, to get some of your questions asked at the end, you needed that.
Right.
Juju Mugu says, I didn't like the chat. Too fast, too many people. Would prefer in the future if live streams could be simulcast across different YouTube channels so fans can pick their favorite channel for experience. That is a great idea, but it doesn't. Great idea, Juju. Great idea. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't work like that because there was obviously something in the contract, Devon. You'll get the press conference on your channel. So having 15,000 people in your chat, $1,000 worth of super chat, and the views of everyone watching it afterwards.
Yeah. I would really like to see Core Sports just keep it all in one location, right? Like, maybe there's things I'm not thinking about, but I would prefer if Core Sports just handled everything on the Core Sports YouTube channel. And then you always knew where everything was going to be. It's because right now it's, you know, a rules meeting on Larry's channel. It's a press conference on Devon's channel. It's this on Neil's channel, that on Ray's channel, that, you know, it's all over the place. So,
well, Arm Wars, not Neil's channel, but Arm Wars has been live every day. Ray's been live every day.
Yeah. And I mean, you're always going to have that variation, but if Core Sports would just try to get it under one banner, and there may be other issues and reasons they're not doing that, but I think a lot of the issues that we're experiencing now will be erased as we grow, as we get better. I think one thing for people to remember is that even though arm wrestling's been around forever, we are babies in the growth of our sport. Like we're in the infancy. We've just been pushed out and we're flopping around with amniotic fluid all over the place. We're not there yet.
Yeah. We're definitely not there, but you know, I like that we're trying to do, what is it? We're trying to do press conferences and we're trying different things, but yeah, it seems like, I feel like you and I have just gone on a school excursion and it's like, okay, you've got a maze. Now, here's a clue to find out where the press conference channel is going to be. And here's a clue to see what the head commentator's going to be. And and the rules. We'll talk about, I've got a few more things I'll talk about the press conference, but the rules, man, they are changing. They're going nuts. And
a lot of people upset about the rules right now.
4X is like, were you not entertained? Low energy here.
I was entertained.
I liked it, but I think because I just want more. I think we just need a little bit more. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good to hear Marcio talk. He's just going to destroy Irakli. Alex Kadecha, you cannot hate that guy. Once he starts talking, you're just like, yeah, Alex, yeah. Let me put the kettle on, mate. Come have a cuppa with me. So he was awesome like that.
I'll tell you the truth. I was pretty disappointed until Devon just started controlling things, right? And Devon just grabbed the mic and was like, okay, I'm just going to talk at Levan now and start stirring shit up and talk about that. I think that's kind of what I expected. And that's what I was looking for and wanting. Did you see at the very end when they went face to face, they did grip up. They did with the right hand.
I put the photo up before, didn't I?
Oh, were they gripped up in the photo? I can't remember. But they did. Yeah, there we go. So it was a right hand grip up, and Devon was definitely asserting himself. He's got the cup. Cup is locked in, letting Levan know who the boss is.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, 263 people in the chat. Come on, only 60 likes. Come on.
Let's get it.
Come on. Let's get it. We know other channels are going live, but hey, come on. You know where the real action is. We are the real action. And can you even do the clone move? Was it actually called the clone move? Was he supposed to say clown move?
Levan said clown move. Devon misheard it as clone move. Neil corrected Devon, and then Devon refused to change from the clone move to the clown move.
Yeah, I would have done the exact same thing. And then he said hashtag clone move, and then that was it for the chat for the next couple of minutes, 600 messages. Brian Damage, one of my bangers, he says, I had a blast with the press conference. Yeah.
Well, that's what matters. Did you guys have a blast with it, right? That's what matters. I mean, Jake and I, Aussie Arm Wrestler and I, we are so entrenched in this that, you know, it's I don't know. My response is always very twisted up by all the other bullshit that goes on. But the question is, did you guys enjoy it? Did you like it? And it seems like most people did.
Yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed the press conference. I mean, 15,000 people watching, and the numbers weren't dropping off. It wasn't like, oh, this is boring, I'm gonna go take a shit or something like that. So for what it was, yes, it was enjoyable. For a hype guy like me, of course, I'm going to be like, oh, we could have done this, we could have done that. But we're still in a phase in our sport where we really, really pride ourselves on how respectful we are. Yeah. You know, we shake hands when we turn up, we arm wrestle, we shake hands and we bugger off. So when all of this banter is coming in, it's really shaking people up, you know. So yeah, I thought Neil was great. He had some questions prepared. He had some off the cuff questions. He had a giggle. I thought it was really good there. Uncle John, you're at a press conference. Someone calls you fat.
I'm calling you fat, Levan.
Now, from two people that were, and since having a baby, I've put on a couple of kgs. That's why the camera only stays from here. You don't see here. But would that bother to view at all? Should it bother Levan at all? Not muscly, fat, and then he was squeezing him.
I mean, that, you know, the touching, you know, brought it to a new level. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I don't think Levan did not appear to me to get all that riled up at all, except for maybe at the very, very end when he started talking back to Devon a little bit, but then Devon just was like, wah, 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 and just talked over him maybe a little bit. And then he went back in, went back down a bit. So honestly, I was very impressed with Levan, because if I was Levan, having done what he did in the lead up, this is pretty much exactly what I would do. Stay calm, no worries, just let it all roll, because the more Levan gets worked up, the less likely it is he's going to be able to beat Devon.
Yes, and we were saying that yesterday, because I was watching it, and a part of me, whilst I was watching it, and Devon was talking over the top. And look, Captain fucking, I can be the worst at doing it. You get excited, you get typed up, and I'm like, Uncle John, you know, I can do that myself. But yeah, part of me was like, Devon, just let him say a few things. Like, we all know you're good on your words. We all know you're charismatic. You know, we all know you're going to have the final say. But as I was watching it, I was like, just bite back. Just hold back for a moment. Just hold back, please. I don't know. It says Darko. Can we have it in English? I can't translate it.
Was that a comet or a meteor that he's got on there?
Yeah.
Who's the meteor? Is Levan the meteor coming to crush Devon, or is Devon the meteor that's going to destroy planet Levan?
Yeah, which was good. Wonder if Levan brought Irakli to the presser in the pram. Oh, I reckon every video I do now, someone whips out a pram comment. Adam, that one guy says, was Corey offended
about the fat comments? I doubt it. I mean, in the video the other day, Devon called him the final boss of Massive.
Yeah, that's right. It was awesome. Now, anyone seeing this photo, does their opinions change on the match? And go, oh no, I can't go for Devon anymore, or are they like, oh, Devon's got him? What do we think?
Devon certainly won the angle game, right? We get to see Devon put across the shoulders across, while Levan, we just see the side, and it's not nearly as impressive. So he certainly wins in the pose game, but where is that going to take him, right? This is the thing we have to remember: the height, the rise, all these things matter. The length, the form, the style, it all matters. And I don't know. When I see that, I'm starting to get more confident for Devon Larratt. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, ooh, okay. I think we're on here. I think we're up and about for a match. It was interesting. Poor Neil pickup. Poor Neil. He was like, right, we'll get a face off. Devon and Levan. Here we go. All right, guys, enjoy. Oh wait. Oh, we've got to do the others. Oh no.
probably done that the other way.
I would have done them. I would have done them first. Chinmaya says, "Oh, where'd that message go, man? The messages. 315 people in the chat. Devon's got balls of steel calling Levan a pussy in front of his face.
And I think it will be worse at the match. I think.
Yeah, you have gone this early. You have gone this. Yeah. So yeah, it was. I'm pumped for it.
Adam, that one guy says hashtag 0%. What did you think about Levan saying you have literally a 0% chance of beating me?
Loved it. Loved that it was just, I don't care. You're not that important. Yeah. I'm actually just going to. He was probably playing Candy Crush. I don't know. You know, probably he's going to text something because even sometimes he's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? What's that? The press conference.
What'd you say, Devon? I thought I was having a nap, and of course he was trying to. And I did enjoy. He was trying to say to Levan, are you finished? Are you finished? So he kept saying, you end. I mean, it would be very, very hard to do it in a second language.
Right. Yeah. Douglas Enzer is talking about body fat. If Devon and Levan were the same body fat, what do you guys think? Would Devon be if Levan went on a 6-month shredomania course went bodybuilding to try to get as shredded as possible, right? He doesn't gain any. Let's say he doesn't gain any more mass, but he gets shredded and he loses like 100 pounds of fat, let's say, or even 75 pounds of fat. So he's more comparable in weight to Devon. Then who looks more massive? Then, if they were the same body fat percentage.
Well, Devon does.
I agree.
Easy.
I agree.
Easy. People are saying, why did Levan get so strong for 0% Devon?
Nobody knows. The great question of our time.
I didn't like the 0% comment. It was preceded by saying, do you want me to say it honestly? That was lame.
A little bit of fake pretense there, maybe. You know, a little pomp and circumstance.
Fish Lip with the super chat. Thank you. He goes, lots of can of Engen Terzi.
Oh, yeah. So this whole Engen saga, I kind of missed it because a lot of it happened when I was doing live streams or asleep. But apparently Engen had a real big gripe about the way the King's move is going to be called. And he was putting out videos comparing the rules to King of the Table 1, which are supposed to be the rules for King of the Table 4, but they didn't line up and blah, blah, blah. And there was big drama, but I missed most of it. And now Engen has deleted most everything.
Flipped his shit. Yeah, flipped his shit. Well, Uncle John.
You down on this one? You know what's going on?
Bill Collins, both in King of the Table 1 and 2 rules. Humorous, being declined in neutral and losing position was a direct foul. And these 2 events were the rules before Devon and Levan signed the contract. Now, I just watched you say you will give a courtesy warning first. I thought rules were not going to change after the contract was signed. Can you explain why and how this changed?
So originally in King of the Table 1, anytime your humorist went to a decline, it was an automatic foul. Automatic. Now it's a warning, and then you can come up.
Yeah.
And not receive a foul.
But it was the big argument, like you know, it was everything was contract, and then we get to the rules thing, and it's like, we're just gonna change it up a little bit. We're just gonna change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's interesting with Engen, and he deletes it all. Silver Shark, Silver Shark, Silver Shark, Silver Shark, Silver Shark.
Dad.
Buy the pay-per-view, buy the pay-per-view, buy the pay-per-view, buy the pay-per-view. Core Sports, my friend. Core Sports. Sorry, Uncle John, that you had to, they had to go through that. Once in a while, guys, when we're off camera, I get on my hands and knees and I say, Uncle John, please forgive me. I don't know what I've done. But yeah, help Silver Shark out, drop the pay-per-view, because we are just about 25 and a half hours away from the event starting. Yeah. Is that right? 25,
Yeah.
25 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What else have we got? Levan said he didn't do any table time, works only lifts. If Levan could speak better English, I think the presser would have been a bit more. Engen had to delete the video because he kept arguing with everyone in the chat. Yeah, he gets sucked into it. He really does. He really does. He gets right into it. Mr. Vicky says, giraffe, never stronger than a rhino, guys.
But what if the prize is up in the top of the tree?
A touche. Rook to F5, a checkmate. But we do love you, Mr. McPhee. Chipmeyer says, Uncle John, Jake, please explain how a king's move is called a clone move. What does that mean? Is it copied from a separate technique, or is it a legitimate technique at all? Clone move or clan move? It was just a clan move, just teasing the king's move. That's all it was. And then misinterpretation of it all went back.
Yeah, so it was literally just a mishearing of Levan saying clown move. Devon heard clone move, but then thought it was funny enough to just keep it as clone move instead of clown move. That's all.
So there you go. I hope that's helped you out, Chinmaya. He's from Denmark, Chinmaya. He seems like a good guy. Now, everyone in the chat, on a scale of 1 to fucking instant heart attack, how much did you struggle when the press conference started and we saw that white ring of death and it came? Because we were talking to each other beforehand, Uncle John, and we're like, is yours freezing? I'm like, mine's freezing. I've refreshed and it's freezing. What was everyone's thought when that was happening? I was like, shit.
Yeah, pretty much
Do
it.
not tell me.
That's pretty much it. I really, 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 really hope they got everything squared away. I mean, once they got over that initial hump, the rest of it was fine for me. I had no problems with it after that initial issue.
Yeah, no, everything was fine, but it was like, as we talk and we joke around, please, make it a big, strong stream, like when I've had about 15 beers and I'm busting for the toilet, one of those big, awesome streams, but it just really dropped on its head. Crap the Bees has got an interesting point. He says, Armbets is going to have trouble with all this stuff. Going to be big problems. The rules can't be handled this way in the future. It's a disaster. Do you think that this will have any effect on the state kings that has happened? Because we were told months ago it was all king of the table, WAL king of the table 2.2. and then it's slightly changed. If I was a betting man, it wouldn't bother me.
Look, this is the thing I always tell people when I talk about staking. You gotta realize that it's a risk. That's what gambling is, right? Things may change, things may switch around, and you don't always have control over it. And whether that's right, wrong, or otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You just got to be willing to take those lumps if they do happen.
Yeah. And Ice Age 4, Return of King of the Table. No freezing. DCS Beamer, he was like, my poor F5 key has never been pounded so frequently. It's of course, mate. It was amazing. It was amazing. Now everyone's getting there. So close to 16,000. Did we hit 16,000 in the chat at one time? I was keeping an eye on the numbers. I saw as high as 15,700. I could have been wrong, but I know it would have got relatively close. What do you guys think?
I mean, I would like to go back to the numbers for the past press conferences and see where those were at. I wonder if I can just do that right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Because it was on Devon's channel. Yeah. This was the first time I've watched a press conference live because it wasn't just popped up. You know what I mean? I got time of when they were going to happen because I usually wake up and everyone's like, oh, did you watch the press conference? Like when Brandon Allen stole the show and kissed Larry Wheels. So yeah, the numbers would have been interesting.
Oh, so you can't go back and see what the numbers were at the time of the live. It only shows you what they are now. So I'm not sure.
Hold event with $1 million cars, crap $5 internet. Well, to be fair, they were on top of it straight away. They were on top of it straight away.
They got it fixed out. That's good.
Chief Choker Clown says, have you ever arm wrestled a kangaroo? No. Don't get close to a kangaroo in the wild. They will fuck you up. They're one of the strongest things. And that's going to be fun.
How common are they? Like around you? Would you see a kangaroo if you went for a drive?
When I walk my dog. When
you walk your dog, you see it. So they're everywhere.
Yeah, I put a video up. I wonder if I can get it quickly. Wonder if it's in my archives on Instagram. So if I go to my profile, no, I don't care about my pronouns. Where do I go to? I didn't save anything. How do you go to your archives from the desktop?
You don't know.
Damn, it's not happening. Professional account, absolute notifications. Nah.
A couple questions in the chat I'm just seeing here. Is your super chat $100 only? No.
What's that?
Somebody's brain damage in the memories asking, is your super chat $100 only? No.
No, you can do as little as 99 cents to do a super chat. Are we answering your question, Brian? Are we answering your question? But anyway, so like when I take my dog for a walk and I go to the back of the estate, we got an open field and kangaroos jump up there.
Wow.
Mazelle's had a few to drink. I'll fight a kangaroo.
Mazzelle might actually fight a kangaroo without anything to drink.
Yeah. Yeah. And Preacher Arm Wrestling will pay to see that.
Yeah, me too. Pay-per-view.
And he's got a straight chokehold, a kangaroo. Although speaking of kangaroos, my good friends of my wife made quite a lot of money because a kangaroo tried to fight itself in the reflection of his window. So he lives on this beautiful paddock, this beautiful area, and a kangaroo came up and started fighting itself in the window, and he sold the video to like Lad Bible or something like that. So
that's funny.
It was awesome. What were your thoughts on seeing Devon there? We've seen him shave the head. Mm-hmm. We've seen his body language, where he's at. What did you think? Are you
Yeah.
Like more confident? Are you up and about now?
Yeah. I think that Devon has brought a very competitive package to King of the Table 4. I think that seeing his confidence makes me believe more. I still believe that at the best, Devon is looking at a 4-3 victory. I do not think his power is going to be enough to overcome Levan out of the gates. I still believe he is a significant underdog in the match, but I can feel his intensity. I can feel his desire. When Devon said, look, I want to win this more than you do, I 100% believe that. I 100%
absolutely.
believe it. So I think that we're going to see a Devon who is willing to do a lot of things to win this match, do a lot of things that most people would not do. Does that mean he'll win? Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, well, I've just done a poll. Who's going to win the big match? Who is going to win? Man Goes Broke has just sent us $1. Thank you. Brian Damage in the Memory says, I'm trying to send a super chat. It'll only go for $100. Mate, are you on your laptop? You just, like, there's little buttons and you just scroll across to the left.
Drag it.
Thank you for wanting to send us a super
appreciate
chat.
that. Thank you all for your support. What do we got? Like 300 and some people in here?
Yeah, 313. So let's get those likes up. Don't worry about all the other channels. This is where you want to be. It's going to be. Oh, look, we've got just over 24 hours to go, and I don't know about you, Uncle John, but I feel shit is just going to go down. I just feel things are going to be crazy. I feel, it's going to be complete madness. But of course, we'll be all over it. We'll be all over it. You got Adam Silver and Don Underwood today, which is good. Yeah, both of you today, which is awesome. Ryan B wants Devon to win, so he can go straight to the Joe Rogan podcast. I love that would be amazing, but I love how we just think it's guaranteed. Well,
I mean, it's not a guarantee, but if he does do it, I think it certainly does go up in likelihood. Seeing as how Devon already has a bit of connection there from going on the other podcast with what's his name?
Lex Friedman.
Yeah. So I think it becomes more likely, but here it is. If Devon wins, it's possible. If Levan wins, forget about it. It's not happening. Like Levan is not the guy that's going to go on Joe Rogan ever, period.
No. Yeah, I just went and had a look at State Kings and 13 blocks all sold out. Both competitors. Joe Nilo says, example super chat. Thanks for kicking ass during this build up, fellas. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, Joe Bot. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, Joe Bot. Thank you very much, which is awesome. Here's a bit of a left question for you. So if Devon loses, will it affect his documentary at all?
No. I mean, well, it will affect it in the sense that it will affect the story of the documentary. But I think that, well, I mean, look at Pulling John, right? John lost.
Yeah.
In the end, right? So it's not necessarily about the win or the loss. I mean, if he wins, it'll be a great celebration. If it's a loss, they're just going to have to figure out a way to spin it a little bit differently. I think if Devon puts up an incredible fight, that will make it much more exciting. But I think, with from what I've heard about this documentary and who I've talked to, it sounds like they'll have a pretty good story to tell.
Oh, mate, it's Devon. It's going to be good. Chegwin Smith with a super chat. Thank you. He says, "What's the record pay-per-view in arm wrestling?"
Don't know.
Yeah,
they don't release the info.
Yeah, we can guesstimate all we want. We try and have guesses of how many pay-per-views there are. I tell you what, if there's 15,000 people in Devon's live chat, I think they're going to have some pretty good numbers.
I hope so.
Pretty good numbers.
we don't know the numbers. We don't know the pay-per-view buy rate. We don't know how much the arm wrestlers get paid. Like, not officially, none of that information is released through King of the Table. So anybody that's telling you otherwise is hearing it from one person or another, may or may not be accurate.
That's right. You're only guessing, just like we are. Sean Crowther, thank you very much, big fella, for your super chat. He says, "Ready, bang!" In brackets, for less than $100. Brian could have helped us out here because everyone's trying to show Brian that you can super chat for $100. So everyone's showing him.
Brian is a genius. He's a genius.
Thank you. We will know if Devon can win round one. If he can get the stop before round one, it's over for Levan.
Yeah, if Devon stops Levan round one, and it's like a significant stop, then it's definitely not looking good for Levan. If Devon gets steamrolled in round one, there's still hope. There's still hope. So that's kind of the way I look at round one.
Yeah, absolutely. Round one, a little bit of a tidbit because I haven't done my official prediction, but I'll give you exactly how round one's going to go. Levan's going to win round one. Doesn't matter how you want it. He's going to win round one. Mm-hmm. Because Devon just wants to see how big the power gap is, how big the strength gap is, not the arm wrestling gap. He just wants to see bicep to bicep, hook to hook. Can he stop him? Now, that's a bit of a risk because you can get injured, you can get overpowered, you get a fired up Levan, you can be in a bit of bloody trouble. But I think bang comes in and hooks, but Levan with those, what you can't call them arms. What do you call those billboards that he had hanging around? No, I'm going to stop doing super chats on YouTube channel. I'm just going to message Levan and say, can you just put subscribe to the Aussie Arm Wrestler here?
It's the best advertising ever.
Sponsor his right arm. Preacher says, yeah, I just want a good fight. No matter who wins, I want it to be exciting. Same, man. I do not care who wins. I prefer one puller over than another because of not our unfuckables in the chat, but because reading all the comment section, one group of fans, in my opinion, have gone harder than the other. Mm-hmm. So that makes me, that makes me go from there. All righty. What else? What else have we got in here? What else have we got? Okay, most people are just having a chat with each other, which is good. Levan grew arms for legs, which is good.
What do you guys think about Devon saying, "What's your problem, Levan? I thought you were going to get bigger, and you didn't get bigger." Right? I really anticipated that Levan would be over 400 pounds, and he came in at 396. So he's 110 pounds heavier than Devon, but we've seen him be bigger. So do you think that, at the end of the day, Levan could have done more? Could have gotten bigger?
I thought Levan was going to be bigger, not bigger. Now it hasn't, like, I've seen bigger around the waist than usual. I thought he was just going to come out with shoulders for days. Now he's got more of a strongman's body. You see Eddie Hall back in the day before he stripped down for boxing and Thor. They had the big belly out of there. I'm sure it's rock solid. But yes, I was just expecting in my head like Thanos. Just rolls up. The first time you see Ivan Drago and you're like, oh, man, there is zero chance that Devon is winning. Right. But when I saw it turn up, and I was like, oh, Levan's turn up. Okay. How funny. Where'd that super chat go? I'll get to your super chat, Davo. But he goes, how funny was it at the press conference? Someone did a super chat and says, can you just get Levan to say if he dies from Rocky IV? We all found it funny. And then Levan just looks at him and goes, I'm not Russian. I'm Georgian. Yeah. I was like, play with us a little. Play with us a little.
That's not the point, Levan. That's not the point.
Play the game. Dave, my man, Davey March just jumped in. He says, I hate to say it, but that was quite a dig from Levan to end the conference. You are not at my level. I'm not talking in arm wrestling, in personality too. Levan seemed unfazed by everything. Levan, not only does he think Devon has a 0% chance of winning, Levan had a 0% of giving shit about all of this.
Yeah.
Not one iota. Just textaroonies, which is he was just texting. Right. Fun little game. I was going to save it for Maximum Bang Monday, Uncle John, but let's do it now. Ladies and gentlemen, Levan was texting at the press conference. Who was he texting? What was he doing on his phone? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Thank you very much, Dave, for your super chat. Juju says, it ain't a party without sex bots.
The old sex bots. All right.
While everyone is telling us about it, what Levan was texting on his phone, so we could do with a bloody good laugh. King Otto, 13-year age gap where one of the arm wrestlers already has a significant strength advantage.
Yeah, welcome to arm wrestling, though.
Nah, it's a different sport. For me, it doesn't matter. I mean, Toddzilla started at 35.
Yeah.
So that's fine. What's up, Hound Stuff? Everyone's just going in there. Clone. Oh,
there's some good ones here.
Okay, I'm a bit behind the chat. Phil, what do you miss the press conference?
Bill, what are you getting, Phil?
No, it was all right. It was all right. People like Uncle John and I, we're a bit nitpicky at the moment because the biggest match of the year needs the biggest hype of the year, and the biggest hype of the year isn't coming from the two combatants. So I wanted to hear Jim Ross commentate with Neil Pickup, go, by gosh, he's broken in half. And like Jody comes out of nowhere and hits a chair, and then they double powerbomb Levan through a table, and Devon stands over there. But out of nowhere, Arachley gives him the stunner, and Alex Kadich is choke slamming everyone. But that didn't happen. So
yeah,
it was still pretty good. Where have we got? So who was Levan texting? Jody. Plain and simple. Translation, guys. Come on. He was telling his friends not to do a hit. He was checking his Bram's tracker. I think Peter's taken over me for more obsessed with the pram. Love you, Peter. Levan wasn't texting. He was using the McDonald's order app.
Oh, God, that's good.
Sending insults to Devon. He couldn't think of it at the conference. Levan texted about everyone in the chat. I should have laughed.
That's good. That's good.
I should have laughed. Sean Crowther says he was looking at Devon's OnlyFans, checking for Evan's OnlyFans.
So much worse.
Nismo just wasn't happy. He says Levan being on the phone was just rude to the fans also. What else? Yeah, everyone's saying Jody. He was checking the weather. More interesting than the discussion with Devon.
Maybe.
He was texting his side chick and he's gassing the bikini. We've got a third YouTuber joining the chat. I sent him the link early on. He just had a quick chat with his friend Hollywood Matt Connolly. But you guys know that I always enjoy having Ryan once in a while. Ryan, before we get to your thoughts of the press conference, we're just getting some good quality answers from the chat. We've asked, who was Levan texting during the press conference? Juju Mugu reckons it was Levan was Engen. Please interrupt the stream. He was sending dick pics to Devon's wife, Jody, and talking about getting bigger. Levan should play less Candy Crush.
The hand of
King Otto says he was texting to find out if the owner of the pram had been found yet. Levan was texting
I still
Weight
go
Watchers.
with the Engen comment.
Yeah. Which is good. Okay. So we're in okay. Everyone's jumping in there, having a bit of fun. Ryan, first of all, welcome, my good friend. Just about 16,000 people were watching the live stream. What did you make of it all?
Man, I thought it was. I thought Devon nailed it. I thought he definitely won the press conference. He has got the art of trash talk down to a T. He was looking Levan in the eye. He was delivering venom. He was confident. He didn't sound like there was any doubt whatsoever. He pushed a lot of buttons. Did some great things. And Levan, I don't feel like Levan really was up to it. I felt like it was the Devon show. I feel like Levan has painted himself into a corner where he has all the pressure on him after his 0% claim of any chance. And it seemed like it was fairly genuine. He's like, no, I think there's 0% chance. The pressure's on. Devon Larratt now has the license to swing for the fences without any pressure at all. But yeah, I was entertained. I was definitely entertained.
Yeah. Levan didn't care at all. I was telling Uncle John earlier, I just kind of wish, because we all know what Devon's like, and when Levan was like kicking into second gear, I kind of wish Devon just held back a bit and went, all right, mate, just let Levan have his speech.
Well, Devon opened strong. I found like when Devon came out, like his opening words were, "I'm so ready." Levan is pretending. He's faking being sick. I'm going to bleed him. I'm going to make him quit. It is my world. It is just the facts. This is my destiny. It seemed like it was a very powerful motivation in Devon. There was no nonchalance about him. I think that I saw a tone of him being really kind of reflecting on how there's a deep frustration that he's not been respected enough, as in have avoided the European monsters of the past and all that. I think he sees this as a real big, genuine opportunity to erase that from his, repertoire and just be seen for the genuine number one in the world finally in his career. So I thought Devon, he meant everything he said.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I actually think Levan did better than I thought, because to me, I don't want to think that like that's just Levan. I want to think that he responded the way he thought was best, because it's just like, I've ignored this shit for 6 months already. Why should I play into it now at the very end? Because he played the same game he's been playing all the time. He didn't say too much. He didn't respond very strongly. He gave us one or two little clips, little bits, but not getting agitated, not getting wound up at all, including during the face-to-face. So I, as much shit as I've talked about Team Levan, I will give Levan the fact that if that's the game he's playing, I think he's doing fairly well with that. It's boring as all get out, but
yeah, I only saw one flustered moment from Levan, but it was right at the end when Neil asked Devon in one word describe Levan, and he used the word pussy. I saw all of a sudden Levan's complexion change. He looked like he was a bit more like my complexion all of a sudden, and I think that came from a place of love. I don't think Levan's a violent man. I don't think he actually enjoys conflict. He loves arm wrestling, but I don't think he wants to get in a fight in any way, shape, or form. And he knew that was pushing his buttons there. And he looked over to his translator and came up with some words and said, "Look, no, I'm not going to hit you, despite this situation." That was what was kind of being pushed on him. So that was the only time I saw him get flustered. I did enjoy some of Levan's moments. For me, my favorite Levan moment, let me just find it, was when they were talking over the top of each other, and he said, "You talk all day, Devon. Will it ever end? Will there just be one day where you are not crying?" That for me was the highlight of his trash talk towards Devon.
Yeah.
Levan, the highlight for me was Levan thinking it was so hilarious that he was laughing as he was telling his translator. And then when the translator said something, you saw him bounce up and down and giggle. That was me. Just seeing Levan just sit there and go from this, like, does not care about anything. And he's almost like got bipolar, because when he flips and he's like laughing, he's just a completely different person. And that's what I loved. That's what I loved about it. It was good. Levan getting involved. Ryan, does this photo change your mind at all?
Well, I mean, Devon loves to gather data, doesn't he? I mean, Devon would be straight away. You can see Devon is cupping his wrist and he's got his knuckles higher. He's in a position where he's trying to show dominance, albeit subtle. And Levan didn't fight for anything. There was no rise up and actually test of strength. But Devon was always looking in the eyes of Levan with much more distinctness than Levan. Levan barely looked at Devon all night, and I don't think at that moment there he was really willing to look at Devon for very long. So I think that, like I said, ultimately for me, this is Levan is in a position of pressure now. He's accepted the pressure, the 0% call, the not engaging. I think all the pressure's on Levan. All that said, I still think Levan wins. He is the favorite in my eyes. But yeah,
What about this comment that Levan made when Neil asked him if he had changed his training to go more specifically to Devon? Levan basically said no, and he's just been kind of doing the same thing. Does that concern you at all?
Well, it should, shouldn't it? I mean, absolutely, it should. I'm trying to get that specific. I wrote it down. Yeah, he said, "Can you handle the King's move?" And he said, "Look, there's so much difference in power that it won't matter." That could come back to bite him massively. It really could. And you have to, like, when I say to myself, Levan is the favorite to win this match, it's because he's the stronger man. But then I get nervous about that prediction. And the reason I get nervous is because Devon is so damn good at finding what's needed. He'll use everything within the power of the room, the referee, the rules, the fouls, the straps, everything he will use. And that King's move, if you're not ready for it, if you are complacent and it awkwardly stops, man, Levan is going to really be all of a sudden terrified of what comes next, because that 0%, all that mental pressure will come pouring in. And you can guarantee, even if it's just a half stop, even if Devon just gets a half stop in a round one or round two, he'll be saying to Levan, "How about that 0% now? Is it 5% yet? 10%? Where are we at, Levan? Is it 20%? Oh, it's getting close, isn't it now? It's rising, Levan." I can see it all happening. Levan has to be careful. He does.
I did this comment from Levan. He says, "Tomorrow your dream ends." I did like that from Levan.
Yeah,
he was trying.
I think that was his final word.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was giving it a go. Fishlet with the super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Why is Engen such a crybaby in his negativity? A concern for the sport." We were addressing that a bit earlier. Did you see? Did you catch any of the videos and the Facebook posts, Ryan?
I did. I saw it and I listened to it and I thought about it and everything. And look, I respect Engen tremendously, and I think Engen is speaking as truthfully as he genuinely can when he's trying to objectively look at the conditions of what the contracts were, what the rules were. Did it change when it was for John? Did it change when it was for Michael? And look, at the end of the day, if you line that all up, if this was in the courtroom, it'd be thrown out on technicalities in the end, I think. The arm wrestling has always, the right arm wrestler will win on the day, and that's the thing that will rescue this whole situation. I do think it's been unnecessarily messy, and it's kind of sad that the rules have played out the way they have, and all of that it was even an issue. And interestingly, like why did that all come about? Because King of the Table is so new that they were still trying to get it right. They were still trying to work out what system do we actually run with as a new organization to best represent the sport and give a fair adjudication for the athletes. And they were in the process of changing that. And if they had just had rock solid rules, then none of this would have ever been a problem. So I empathize with Engen, and I don't doubt that he is on the money with his observations. But we push forward.
He just goes full throttle, no Vaseline. When he's fired up and his emotions are boiling, he just goes. And then, from what people are saying, he was too busy arguing with people in the chat, which is the number one rule when you're a high-end person in the sport is you do not argue with people in the comments section, because it doesn't matter how factual you are, they will just have to reply something and it'll make your blood boil. So,
yeah.
Are we all adapting the clone move? Is the clone move now the new name?
It's got to be.
I'm calling it. That's what I'm calling it from now on. Hashtag clone move.
It's so good. I love it so much.
I'll have the hashtag clone move shirts up on my Teespring account in no time, everybody.
It was outstanding. I love it.
Yeah. The clone move will be, it's so bad how we've just had this whole press conference. The biggest match of the arguably of all time, in the mid card, there's the heaviest match arguably of all time in there. And then the one thing that has really changed is it's not called the King's move anymore.
Yeah.
That's it's like, Devon's going to win, Levan's going to win. Up. Don't say King's move. It is hashtag clone move.
I really hope that Neil calls it during the live call. And Devon Larratt has entered the clone move. I hope we get that. I hope we get that just to cement it once.
Fat legless bird. Yes, we know it was called the clown move. That's why we find it so funny. It's been misinterpreted.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Goodness me, YouTube. Come on.
Where was it? Jerry's tongue has jumped in. He goes, "Where were you the day the King's move changed to the clone move?" I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Jerry,
I was in my garage.
Jerry has nightmares over the clone move too.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh my God.
David Island reckons king of the table trying to dump the auto strap rule, but Devon fought to the death to keep it in just for this match at the event. Now, I'll start with you, Uncle John. What did you think of that? There's rules for Devon and Levan, and then there's rules for the others.
Yeah. Look, here's what I don't like. I just want them to pick, because I think it's not good for the general audience to see two matches that have a setup process that is completely different from the third match, right? The first two matches are referee's grip with no auto strap, which looks very different than 30-second grip up that goes to auto strap and has set grip, right? So it's different rules, it's different things, it's going to visually look different. And I don't care which one they use. I would prefer if they use the same one for every match.
Yeah. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, it's going to be an oddball, isn't it? And it's going to confuse fans watching it. It's going to confuse, I don't know, it's potentially going to confuse everyone.
Yeah.
Arm wrestlers, referees, commentators. It's tricky. It's tricky at the best of times. And when I listen to that rules briefing, it's not straightforward. When is it a running foul? Oh, all elbows that go off the pad, it's a stop foul, but any elbow upwards is a running foul. I'm like, holy shit.
There's a lot of referees' discretion that's going to be coming down the line in this match. A lot.
I was so surprised that some elbows are runners and some elbows are stops. I'm like,
the thing that really spun me. So I'm okay with, if it's a hop straight up, well, that's a runner. But then we got to elbow off the side. And Devon specifically asked, if the elbow comes off the side, that's always a stop foul? And Bill said, well, only if it's significant advantage gain.
Yeah.
I sat there whilst I was watching it, and I was like, Jess, can you come downstairs? Why, honey? I just need you to stomp on my balls for 10 minutes. Shit.
I'm worried about my ability to actually to call it and explain it, and I'm genuinely like, I don't know if I could keep up. I don't know. But I saw one thing I saw about the rules briefing was, and Devon really he he asked the question maybe twice, 3 times, just to reiterate. I don't know that anyone in the room was picking up what that means Devon will do on the night, but it was pretty clear to me when Bill was describing the set grip, he was saying, yep, going through it, and he's like, and no movement once I say close your hands. And Devon's like, only once you say close your hands, right? Like everything before that, I can be rising, rolling, doing whatever the hell I want, right up to the point where you say close your hands. And so I can see it. Levan's going to sit there, well-behaved, good boy, and expect it. And Devon's going to be doing all this sort of stuff, waiting for close your hands. It's going to be chaotic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to
say
take
the least.
forever. Sergio's the down ref, guys. Good call, bad call. He's been the same down ref for the last few King of the Tables. Are we happy?
It depends. To me, it depends on if they have a very clear vision. Because Sergio has the power to call running fouls and call fouls. So I really hope they have a very, very, very clear idea. And that Bill's idea is the same as Sergio's idea.
Bill has been arm wrestling for 35 years, 37 years, something like that. He's been a master referee for 22 years. I imagine even being in his position, you're going to feel pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Being in Sergio's position, where this is your third event or something,
that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah,
dude is going to be shitting bricks.
Yeah,
like,
if okay, so I've been around arm wrestling for a long time. If I was asked to down ref at King of the Table, I would say no.
No, thanks.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Nope. Change your name.
Yeah.
Move address. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
go. You make a wrong. If Sergio makes a critical call, and it's perceived as the wrong call, holy shit!
3 words.
Not good.
Off the grid. That is it.
Yeah.
Enter the witness protection program and get out of there because stop it, guys. Right, that's it. Both of you. Listen. I'm getting my dad voice on at the moment. You're both yellow carded. That is your first and last warning. I will not have any bad energy coming out. Soon you'll say that, buddy, one of them will get sick before they get to the table.
Well, Levan's already sick. He was on IV drip. He's already done. He's got the excuse lined up.
Yeah. Why not a third ref and a playback? Oh, then it just gets a bit too much there, Darko. But thank you for a super chat.
I'm actually a fan of the third ref. I've Travis Baden's events. I've seen it where they've had a head ref and 2 down refs just taking care of one side of the table each, looking purely at those elbows. It works for me. But yeah, in time.
Beautiful. Well, Neil, pick up in the chat. Neil, let me know if you want to come on and chat for 5 minutes. But now that the 4 of us are here and only 3 of us are on the fix, just saying, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, no, but on it, Ryan, I was talking to Uncle John about it before. When the press conference started, mate, did you get a heart attack when you saw that white circle of buffering?
We got 3 seconds in and then it cut. Well, oh no. Thankfully, the ultra professional, ever capable Neil Pickup, he just handled that one professionally and just restarted again, slickers from there on in. So Neil Pickup, well done. I look forward to you calling that clone move tomorrow, Neil. I can't wait for it. I think you have the opportunity, Neil, to cement it forever in stone. But best of luck for the call tomorrow, man. It's going to be amazing. We're all going to be watching.
100%. And not only that, for Neil and everyone else in the chat, Neil says, I hope you and your families are all happy and healthy and that you're all ready for tomorrow. It's almost time. Let's fucking go. Neil, I hope your family as well, mate. Right back at you, Slick. Hope your family are happy and healthy. I know Ryan and I we're big family people, and we hope everyone's family and yourselves are happy and healthy. We are up and about. All righty. What else have we got? In the
are you guys sleeping this weekend? Yeah.
Oh, well, right, Ryan. So what happened? I get home and it's about 11:30, and I thought I'll have a bit of a kip, and I'll get up half an hour before the press conference starts. So that was I had a 2-hour nap before I watched the press conference went live. I get a message from Uncle John. We need to talk. Then I get on YouTube and Uncle John's talking about rule changes. I slept for 2 hours. And I was like, I've missed everything.
I didn't even do it. It's 4:18 a.m. local time. I just didn't go to sleep. I was too excited waiting for it. And I now fly. I head to the airport to pick up Matt Connolly in 3 hours. And then, it's not going to stop.
Yeah, I'm on Dubai time. So when they get to about 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to have like a sleep in the middle of the day. I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to get some supplies. And then, nice. And then we are on. Juju Mugu says, Levan was texting that muscular chick from the promo video getting out of the car. How you doing? Yeah, from Joey and Friends. Georgian accent. That's hilarious.
How good was Alex Kadech's accent? Dead set Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, it was full on. The comment section blew up with the Arnie comments too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't having a bar of it. I would have loved if Levan went, if he dies.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely loved it. Now, leading up to it, and I'll start with you, Uncle John, what's probably been so far in the last week? So much has happened in the last week. What's been one of your favorite things?
Well, I think for me, it has been what I've gathered from the growth of the community. It's not necessarily one thing that's happened, and maybe that will change tomorrow. But this is, when I think back to King of the Table 3, King of the Table 2, King of the Table 1, the difference, for us, we're all very, very involved. We kind of have a sense of the numbers and the way things are going. And for me, I had a plan in place for what I was going to do with my channel about a month before, and I started ramping up into this. And because I figured the response from the community was going to be enormous for this, and I think it has been. There's been so many people, so many intense emotions surrounding it. And for me, it's just a very, very good sign for all of our futures is how, because this intensity, I play the Devon fanboy role, but without the Levan fanboys, there's no need for it. Right. So I really like to appreciate the back and forth between the two camps. Sure, some of it is completely out of control and ridiculous, but I've felt very, very good about how the lead up to this goes. And I've said a million times, the lead up to me is more important than the match. That's what I'm actually interested in.
Yeah.
So that's been my happiness for the last couple of weeks anyways.
What about you, Ryan?
For me, it was along the similar lines, the notion and the kind of evidence that people outside of the realm of arm wrestling are noticing the sport. There was I shared an article. I don't know if you guys would have seen it, but Devon, Todd, myself interviewed, and it was just cool to see a journalist actually appreciate the sport for where it's at and where it's heading. She could see that she understood professional sports, and she saw in arm wrestling something that was an indicator that, hey, you guys are about to break out. And I thought that was immensely cool. So it's a historic time right now, and I think that the future is very bright. So.
I agree.
Yeah, and I hope I've sent Neil the link. He just said he's going to come on in about 5 minutes for a few minutes because he's going to go live, grab a feed, have a pot noodle and a wank, and do his own thing. But yeah, that's the one thing I was always interested about in leading up to it is who from the outside of arm wrestling will latch on for this. Like everyone sits there and attacked me because I'm like, fucking Levan, do something. Levan, do something. Levan, do something. And for me, I felt like if he did, then I reckon ESPN could have picked it up. Maybe not the match or the pay-per-view, but done a little, here's top 10 in our top 10 plays of the day. Next week is the biggest arm wrestling of all time. Oh, hey, Scotty Van Pelt, did you know that arm wrestling is an actual thing? What? And then, and then we got our 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Peter
It's
McKenzie has jumped in. Thank you, Peter McKenzie. He goes, you are 100% correct. That pram has been all kinds of triggered, but I'm willing to let it go if you blokes teach Uncle John how to say Aussie properly. No more of this RC crap.
This is a clear indication of someone who doesn't know too much about Uncle John, because every time somebody tells me to say something differently, it only makes me say it incorrectly more.
It's clown move.
Yeah, it's a clown move. Peter Mack, let me know where in Australia you are from.
I'm going to jump. Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to try to enforce at least an hour and a half sleep before I drive to the airport. But guys, wish you well for the crazy mayhem weekend. It'll be
You as well, buddy.
Let us know when you wake up, Ryan, because the three of us need to have a private chat.
Indeed, mate. Sounds good.
All right,
Ryan.
See you, mate. Thank you, Ryan. Go subscribe to Ryan Blue Bowen. Where was a comment? Because I thoroughly disagreed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, my man, he says you don't need ESPN. They have a smaller audience than you think. We have a smaller audience than we think. We need ESPN. If ESPN started covering like they did for WAL, we're rocking and rolling. But that is okay. Ryan's gone now. We can talk vectors.
The serious arm wrestling talk, right?
Which is interesting. So that's all happening. Is there anything besides Levan not participating much in the back and forth? Is there something that you've just really despised, that you really haven't liked in this lead up? I've got one.
Yeah, I don't. I really try hard to look at the positives and the growth, because I always try to go back to the idea, like, people are holding, in my opinion, people are holding arm wrestling to a standard that a sport that has been around longer and has more money involved in it would what that would give us, right? And the truth is, at the end of the day, there's not much money in arm wrestling. There's not enough people watching arm wrestling. Now, it's getting better, so I just try to go from event to event. Okay, King of the Table 3 did this. What are they doing better? I think Core Sports has done a better job than they have in any of the previous three that in advertising. Do I think it's great? No, I think there can be more done, but they've certainly done more this time around than they did in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. It's when I go on my big rants, they're just comedic rants. I mean, 2 years ago, Uncle John, when you and I first met, and I said to you, mate, we'd have 400 people watching our live show and thousands during a live commentary, and you'll have to pay monthly for pay-per-view in arm wrestling. You would have banned me from the chat. You would have unfriended me and blocked me. So I think because we are now having to fork out money, people are demanding excellence for their $5. And fair enough, if you're a paying customer, you can be critical about things. But sometimes, let's just hone it in. Let's just enjoy what we're able to see. And if you got the early bird special, well, you don't have to pay for what is it, King of the Table this time. I bought the early bird special. I bought the early bird special ages ago. Pulling Polar Bears says nothing matters if the stream glitches. What was your one?
Go to Boneless Pizza.
Boneless Pizza?
Yeah. Ryan promoted this match more than all channels combined. It's just the truth. Now, let me disagree with you and tell you why. Now, did Ryan's promotion reach more people than any other channel other than maybe Devon? Yes. Did Ryan promote more actual videos? Absolutely not. Both of us crushed the piss out of Ryan when it comes to amount of minutes that have been talked about this match. We're just much smaller channels than Ryan.
Yes.
Period. But don't tell me Ryan promoted it more than me, because I promoted it way more time on live streams, way more videos. But Ryan, his videos are more powerful, and there's no question about that.
Yeah, so Varley probably gets it. He goes, pretty sure Bowen, Aussie Arm Wrestler, and Uncle John put more videos together each. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a better way. That's a better way to do it. Pagliacci, Lucha, Pagliacci. I just love saying Pagliacci, 2 tickets, Pagliacci. Says pay-per-view is not the way. Monster Michael Todd is about to prove that with his free event. And maybe, and I hope so, Pagliacci. I hope so. I really hope with all events that no one rips off their content, because that's really grinding my gears at the moment. Like, when was it? Like 2 days ago, someone sent me a message and they're like, oh my God, I got 60,000 views on this video. And I was like, oh, send me the link then. And I went and had a look, and they literally just stole the 50-second. No, it was 2.5 minutes of, I think it was from, I can't remember which channel it was, but it was like, but you haven't done anything.
Yeah. No alteration at all.
You ripped it off, and then you're going to get $100 if your channel's thing. But yeah. Rock City, it says, what's up, chat? So Levan shook Devon's hand at the face-off. I wonder if Devon found anything. You better bloody believe it. It's whether he can execute it. Yeah, it's whether he can execute it. Chidmaya says, Jake, Uncle John, according to what is most epic line from the press conference, to me, it'll be Georgia never had such weak kings.
That was a good
one.
Was
pretty good.
It was a good one. There was actually, I think, per words said, Levan probably had a higher percentage of good one-liners. He may have only had like 2 or 3 good one-liners, but he only said a tenth of what Devon said, right?
Yeah.
I was fairly impressed with Levan. I think he did a fine job for what it was.
Oh, absolutely. I quite liked it. Nate Beltrain says, too many WWE and Real Housewife fans in the arm wrestling community. That's fair enough,
well,
Nate.
Why are you here, Nate? Answer me that.
Yeah, Uncle John and I mean, we have a pro wrestling channel. We're WWE guys. We're entertainment guys.
Don't belittle my love for the Real Housewives, okay? Don't
be crushing Eva Longoria on me. She was in it, wasn't she? Terry Hatcher. It was that show. That was Desperate Housewives.
Was that like really like 20 years ago? Probably.
We graduated from high school 20 years ago. I only know because they sent me to their reunion thinking we're American. Fuck off. If you're not, there's social media. If you're not talking to me now, why would I want to turn up to a pissing contest? Anyway, side tangent. But can you imagine a new TV show, Uncle John? The Real Housewives of Arm Wrestling.
Oh, God.
Uncle John's wife. Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler's wife.
I'm not watching it. I'm not.
Who else is a fire? We're going to have Devon's wife in there. Who are some firecracker? Oh, you got to have Monster Michael Todd's wife in there, Rebecca. So there's 4. There's 4. We need 4 more to participate in our new reality show. Who should be in the Real Housewives of Wrestling? Roosters Lounge says, what would have been funny if Devon would have leaned over to Corey and used him as a translator, then have Corey tell them the same in English.
That would have been very funny.
Nailed it, Rooster. Nailed it. Pulling for Polar Bear says pay-per-view is for money skimming and money laundering.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if the money is big enough to really make that happen. And I don't know how that works, I guess. I've never been involved in any of it, but yeah.
We do need it. Brian, he worked it out. You should have just given us 100, Brian. Hey, no, thank you very much, Brian. Brian Damage and the memories. I want Devon to win. If he loses 6-0, it shows how much online manipulation can be. What? You've never seen that before? We were kind of locked down for 2 years in Australia because of online manipulation. Oh, I went there, which is scary. Levan pulled a card for being on his phone. Looks very unprofessional to the Patreon. Interesting question. We'll leave that up. What did you think of him being on his phone? I was like, the troll, the funny guy in me was like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You give zero shits about it. But then a part of me was also some people are like wanting to stab people in real life and cut their throat off if you think Devon's going to win.
Yeah.
And then you're showing on a public forum that you don't even care. So for one moment in this whole thing, I felt sorry for Levan fans.
Say that last part one more time.
I said for one moment in this whole thing, I felt sorry for Levan fans.
Right. There you go.
The only time. So yeah, which is good. I hate to say it. I just went to Call Sports website and it took a while just to load the homepage. I don't know, guys. I want to believe.
Don't start. I'm going to go to coresports.world right now.
Tyler Durden says everybody is falling for the hype. Levan is going to destroy Devon in the same capacity as Saplenkov. It won't even be close, especially since Devon's declining humorous Kings move is no longer allowed. The term Kings move is no longer allowed.
That's the clone move now.
It's the clone move.
Well, I got the Core Sports website up. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. It looks to be okay.
Yeah, maybe it's your internet.
Best wishes.
Jared says, I think WWE is for children, but I still love Jake and Uncle John. They just enjoy different things than I do. We're all weird mofos. Oh, yeah. Yeah, people that disagree with us in the chat, if you do it properly, man, we love you. We have banter with you and things like that. But if you're like, Devon wins, dickhead, it's like, well, nah, boys. No, thank you. Ryan is delusional. Uncle John is unreliable. Good thing we have Jake. Why are you unreliable?
Well, because I tell people that they probably shouldn't listen to me very much, right?
Okay, yes.
Like, I don't make it a secret that I'm not here to be a factual, non-biased entity in the arm wrestling. Like, if that's what you think, go to the hospital because there's something wrong in your brain, right? And so there's two types of people. There's the type of person that doesn't understand that's what I'm doing. And then two, the type of person that hates what I'm doing so bad that they can't accept it. And then they ignore that fact. Those are the two people on the negative side that are true. Most of the other people, they just get it. And then they either like it or they don't. And that's the way it is.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The press conference was good. The match is the event starts in 24 hours and 24 minutes.
Yeah.
I wish I could include a countdown clock timer, and you're going live 3 times before the event starts. Adam Silver, Don Underwood, and then the pre-show. Then I'll have the pre-show.
Yeah.
Then the event starts, and then we're rocking and rolling. Chinmaya, 15K. I reckon that'd be the highest ever on an arm wrestling page live.
Gotta be
by a lot. But it has to be by a country mile, guys. The pay. I don't know why. I've just had a lot of confidence that I think the stream will be fine. I think we'll be streaming fine. And if it's not, did you see how quick that they fixed it? So they will be on it. Those people in the technical room will have the tightest sphincters out of anyone on the planet to ensure, especially when it comes to the Devon and Levan stream. But from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Uncle John, King of the Table never had streaming issues. Chat, let me go. Let me know, chat.
I can't even remember now. Everything is such a blur because we're doing so much live streaming around it all.
John Stone, was it really 15K? Yeah, it might have even cracked 16,000. Yeah. There was, before it started, there was 2,000 people waiting, and it was impossible to chat. I'm worried about Core Sports. First 3, I got massive lag. I think the last one was okay, but with all the viewers for tomorrow, worried. Farfanugan has come in. He says, I bought my pay-per-view this morning. Cannot wait.
Nice.
which is awesome. What else have we got?
Oh yeah, Zap the Bee mentioning that KOTT, like that's probably the reason I don't remember having any issues is because I always watch it on my desktop. If you're watching it on your phone, then I think people end up having more issues on their phone.
Yeah, watch it on a desktop, watch us on your phone. Yeah, watch it on your desktop. Yeah, it appears to work better for me on the desktop. So which is good. Fishlet reckons that he was on his phone because he was nervous.
Maybe.
I reckon he was just bored, mate. I think he just fucking couldn't be bothered. He probably had a masseuse ready to go. Probably wanted to get hydrated. He's, not that kind of guy to be out there and wanting it all. I didn't think he was. He didn't look nervous to me. Winner of round 3 will win the match. If Devon's going to win, that's where the momentum has to change. Interesting. What else have we got? Hermes Desperini. Check Devon's latest Instagram post. It's a pic of him checking Levan's grip and the title, End of the Road. I'm so pumped, boys. Ready, bang. Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I've said before, I think my confidence in Devon has gone up a bit since I've seen him. He does seem quite confident in his approach. He does look very impressive. That's not to say that Levan doesn't, but it's still going to be, in my opinion, a very difficult road for Devon. And what he needs to do is literally everything he possibly can in, out, and around the rules. Look at that.
So this is Levan's arm.
That's Levan? Jesus. That is look at it. Like his wrist has like a little mini bicep inside of it.
Look at him.
Oh my God.
He's so massive.
Huge. He's so huge.
Oh, that's just the one we've been sharing.
Yeah, that's the ticket right there. So you look at that and you look at, how thick everything is, with the lighting and the angle and all this stuff. But then you go back down to that other one and you can definitely see how, Devon can gain height, how Devon's hand is just different than Levan's. So, there's a lot for everybody's out there. I know there's a lot of people that are very new to arm wrestling. You might not understand how it works, but don't be fooled into thinking that Devon has no chance. He is certainly the underdog, but 0% chance is ridiculous. And if that's what Levan truly thinks, then he is an idiot.
A big, massive idiot. Clouds Fire says that Devon was selling all the pay-per-views. We've convinced someone, okay, I'm buying the desktop pay-per-view. Wish me luck on Connection. Good luck.
Good luck.
SKH. Macho Man Arm Wrestling Channel, one of my YouTube bangers, says Devon will win, which is good. I haven't been this psyched about for an arm wrestling match since I was a kid, watching the end of Over the Top.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to watch that again real soon.
Go to Ancestral Earlobes. I'm going to try to explain something to him.
Ancestral Earlobe says all arm wrestlers commentators dismissing the streaming quality and consistency. Just blow on the cartridge and try it again. Oh, the nightmares of owning a Nintendo.
I mean, let me be clear. Maybe you're new to the arm wrestling game, but we have been through live commentaries where like the whole thing has shit the bed multiple times. So it's not that we are dismissing it. We're just kind of like, what do you want us to have the same argument for the 4,000th time? It is what it is. I hope it goes well. I assume there might be problems. I don't know if there's going to be or not. But we've had the conversation. We've had it 1,000 times because we've been here forever.
Yeah. Neil's pickup says, I hope you two have some time off planned after the big match. Maybe a vacation at Ryan Bowen's estate. I'll tell you something. Neil. No, there is no break because there's a pay-per-view 2 weeks later. Chance Shaw's pulling the next weekend.
Never ends.
You got nationals. We hope that it never ends. I want to be doing something every weekend with Uncle John. It's like, oh, Uncle John, we've got Monster Factory number 4, and then we got King of the Table 9, and then we've got East versus West, and then it's Arm Wars, and then it's back to the pay-per-view factory, and then something over here. Chance Shaw versus Ron Barth is over here, and then Michigan States has an awesome Todzilla versus Marcio, or something like, I think it's Michigan anyway. But you know what I mean? So I hope something is every weekend. But yeah, I will try and punch in naps when I can. Super chat from DCS Beamer. He says, I get the same impression of Devon for this match as when he faced Monster Michael Todd at King of the Table 1. Devon is willing to be carried out on a stretcher afterwards, if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You're wanting to be pushed the next mile. I mean, it is an arm wrestling match. So, but yeah, if it just comes to that, then we're okay. Then we are okay. Rooster's got to watch it on his 72-inch TV. All right, big dick. Hey, just showing off with your 72-incher. Yeah, look at my massive Canon arm wrestling chat. I'm in here. Fucking, we love you, Rooster. Man. We love you. Macho Man says, are we pumped for tomorrow? You better bloody believe it. As much as I crack the shits over the bed making, as much as we're like, oh, the press conference, they didn't flip chairs or things like that, do not mistake myself and Uncle John's passion. There's the hype train, and we are fucking above the hype train. People are on the hype train watching us on the next level of hypeness. Uncle John, did you release 3 videos yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
And 19 videos. I mean, yeah, and that's why your channel's growing. Congratulations. I don't think I've even hit 6,000 subscribers yet, but I'm almost there. I'm a bee's dick away. So make sure you subscribe. And subscribe to Uncle John. He's almost at 10,000.
Making our way.
When someone said, are we going to have a break, going back to that question, I think our biggest concern is when we do a live show and we're not getting 350 people.
Yeah, well, this is, something that we've talked about a lot. There's plenty of clicks to go around right now, right? You can put a video of anything regarding Devon and Levan, and it's going to do better than it would otherwise, right? So it's great for all the up and coming YouTube channels, but I hope they keep going. I hope they keep going when the views are not as good as they are this week.
That's right. We've got Retro Roster Gaming with a super chat. He says, lads, trust me, forget the pink, smash the stink. Happy Pride Month.
What a super chat for Neil to come in on. All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Macho Man Arm Wrestling Channel has been a member for 3 months, and he says, this is what I like to hear. And I've just got a new member. It's my pram buddy, Peter McKenzie. He's a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Neil Pickup, can you hear us?
Jake Ward, how's it going? John Thompson.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm fucking tired.
You survived the press conference.
Yeah, I thought it was. Look, I get a different perspective of it, lads. So I don't know how it comes across to the people watching at home. I haven't had a chance to watch it back. I've not had a chance to take a piss. It's coming. It's ridiculous. Stupid busy. And there's another question. Actually, Jody Larratt saying, "Are we going down eating?" Which I can't answer because I'm on here. But we haven't eaten yet or anything. I'm going live myself in about 45 minutes. So it's just ridiculous. It's a wonderful time for the sport of arm wrestling. It's just bananas. Yeah. Obviously, I come back up here. We're Jake. we got James is here. He's editing his ass off trying to get stuff out. Arm wrestling's going nuts. It's a time like no other, and it's interesting stuff. The atmosphere and the intensity coming off those two men today was stupid. I can tell you, stupid.
I was imagining you could smell the testosterone.
Oh, mate. I mean, I thought Devon took it easy on Levan tonight. He was honourable in many ways. Obviously, the lad's trying to make a show. I was very proud of Levan. I thought he did a good job. It's a nightmare scenario, isn't it? You imagine you're him. You're coming into a press conference scenario where everybody is speaking in English. It's not your native tongue. And you've got to sort of try and keep pace with that. Try to articulate yourself in a language that isn't your own against a guy that's, going to try to sell the show. Super difficult. So
yes,
Neil, what was your thought? What was your thought when you started launching into the press conference, and then you just got on the tap on the shoulder, and they just went, "Yeah, mate, we're lagging in the stream. The stream shit itself."
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, Jake, I felt for the guys there. I really did. The core sports team are trying their very best to work things out and to make sure everything goes right. I mean, the venue where this is taking place is stupid. It's a really, really, really good venue. It's a stunning facility. Some of the cars in there, one of them I noticed was $600 million. So stupid.
What?
Which I thought you are having a fucking laugh, some stupid price tag on a car, and I'm like, what the frig? So something just bit my ass in here. James has got bit off something. Look at that shit. What just bit me? Am I bleeding? No shit. The fuck was that? I had a mask moment. Seriously, have I been bit there then?
You're not joking.
Am I bleeding or something there? What the fuck was that?
I'll show you.
Oh man, what is going on?
Bleeding. I thought I was bit. Seriously, what was that? Can you see it, little bastard? No.
It's AIDS.
Something. It's just been bit by it.
Haunted room.
AIDS have attacked you.
That threw me big time. I thought, is there something on the back of my bloody neck? And I reached back and it frigging bit me. Sorry, lads, that threw me.
You are bleeding.
But anyway, here's what it is. Frigging fruit bat took a lump out of my fat ass. But anyway,
just a couple of things. First of all, Macho Man Arm Wrestling Channel.
But hopefully you didn't lose too much.
Nah, it'll be. I think it'll be fine. I'll just read this super chat because it's towards you, Neil. It says, Neil, you're a true legend. Thank you for what you do and for us arm wrestlers and the sport.
Neil, one question. Do you think that Devon will ramp up his...
I'll try my best.
Do you think that Devon will ramp up his shenanigans significantly when the match actually happens?
I think that Devon will do everything in his power to win the arm wrestling match. And whatever that takes, if he sees an opportunity and he feels like it's an advantage to ramp it up in a certain direction, I'm sure he will do it. But you get the feel, honestly, when you're around him right now, you get the feel that Devon is not really interested in that anymore. I feel like he feels like he's tried very hard to sell the match, to promote the match. He can't really do any more, and now he needs to get his head into the zone to actually try and complete the mission that he sees ahead of himself. He's very aware he's facing a very awful lad tomorrow. We're going to see how that goes down, but I think he's sick of talking.
Yeah,
I think he wants to get it done. That's what I think. I think he wants to get it done. Speaking to him tonight, I'm pretty sure that he's just messaged me actually. I don't know what's going on. Something's going off. I'm getting a load of messages from Core Sports and just one. So I may have to. I don't know what's going on. I may have to jump
That's
soon,
right.
guys. But
Just one,
yeah,
one
I think
quick question
it
before
was
you go, Neil, before
and I
you
think
head
it
off and
was
have a pot
McDonald.
noodle.
It's very, very good to finish.
Just one more question, Neil, before you go. You have been in a situation like this before where we're all talking about arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is at its peak. It's the best thing ever. How do we keep this momentum rolling? Because once King of the Table's done, like it's over, we're all going to be down. But how do we keep arm wrestling rolling and keeping it, it's getting popular and popular and popular?
That's a very engaging and a very good question, Jake. I've struggled with that myself a little bit. It's almost like the build up to Christmas, and then when it's over, everybody's gutted on Boxing Day. It's a little bit like that. But the answer to that almost lies in the people that are watching this match and on what transpires tomorrow, doesn't it? If there's an opportunity, hope that destiny allows us to realize where we convert a great deal of fans tomorrow to the sport of arm wrestling and they find something that they really like. And there's a lot of avenues for the sport of arm wrestling right now. There's super matches. The potential for super matches is huge. We're trying to discover new talent and new interest in arm wrestlers all the time. With what we do with art, that's very much directed in that way to try and the guy that you involved with research for Savage thing sounds silly. Was Devon Larratt not long ago, or in Dubai, getting ready to watch him involved in a big match. But distinctly remember the first time I put him into a super match, ironically, right here in Dubai. And myself and Dev were talking about that before the press conference. He actually came over to me and said, "Hey, you got a minute?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he said, What about this? He said, we started the show here in Dubai and we're back. And you know what? It's funny because I hadn't really thought about it. And it was one like step outside reality moments like, yeah, holy shit. The first time I matched you was here with Taras. And everybody was like, "Are you nuts? This guy will get killed." And we're back and people are saying, "Are you nuts? This guy's going to get killed." So we'll see, won't we? We'll see. But I just saw Levan downstairs now. I had a little chat with Levan. Mate, he's a sweet guy, that I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lovely lad. He's a lovely lad.
Well, I think overall,
I don't know. That is a lovely man, mate.
People's response, I think, to the press conference was overall positive. I think it was very close, too. We asked who won. Was it Devon? Was it Levan? And it was still pretty close. I think, honestly, I thought Levan did much better than I thought he would. He had some good one-liners in there, some good responses to Devon. So I feel pretty good about Levan and the way he interacted in that press conference.
You know what was nice? After the thing, I was watching Devon and I was watching Levan and both of them way after. We're just taking a little look at the. Now try and get your head around what I'm saying here, okay? Because this is the angle I'm taking. This is what actually happened. So I walk away and they're looking at it, and you might think, oh, on the night before the most important match, the biggest match, what would Devon Larratt be thinking? What would Devon Larratt be thinking? Would he be 100% just self-focused, self-indulgent, thinking, "Oh, okay, I got to go and get massive. I got to go and carry on eating, fuel up, be ready, get rested"? No, he was asking questions. How was the thing received in the press conference? Was it okay? Did people enjoy it? Was it entertaining enough? That's where his head was at. I go over to Levan. No shit. I go over to Levan and I'm saying, "Hey, Levan, well done, mate. I think you did good, difficult circumstances and so on." And you know what he goes? "Was it okay? Was it entertaining? Did I do a good enough job? Were people entertained? I was trying my best." And I thought, here we are, and everybody sees these guys as so different and so separate and so opposing. I walk 20 yards between the two, and they're both saying the same thing in a different language and concerned about the same thing the night before the biggest match. It's kind of cool, that, isn't it?
That's very cool. That makes my heart warm. I'll tell you that.
The chat weren't thinking that.
Really
that's
did.
for sure.
It was a nice moment, mate. Nice moment.
Yeah, the live chat
out of here, and I'm so sorry. I'm getting complained at. I need to be doing some stuff with these guys. So, genuinely sorry. I hope to Christ I'll be finished with this and be able to go live myself in 30 minutes time. Guys, I hope you have a really successful show and it's paying off for you. Tremendous job, and thank you for your help with promoting the show and working your asses off in the way you have. Thank you for your help with Savage Search. You're an essential part of this whole thing. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Neil, and good luck tomorrow, buddy. Good luck.
Have a great call, you dead set legend.
I'll try my very best, guys. I promise I will try my very best to make it an entertaining commentary for you. Thanks for having me on.
Beautiful.
Anytime, my man.
See you later, buddy.
There it is from the man himself. Neil Pickup. He could make someone passing salt to another person. Very, very exciting. Let's get back. Sorry, guys. I didn't get to your comments. We're going to get to them now. Apparently, Engen's now calling people Devon's toilet paper on his live stream.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
that
man.
ain't cool. Neil got attacked by the pram. That's going to be Peter Max thing now. You know, we've got like the Drew 24. He's the YouTube algorithm.
The pram guy.
He's the pram guy. What else?
Nice.
What else we got?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I gotta get a quick bite to eat and hang out with my wife for a couple minutes, and then I've got because in 2 hours I'll be going live with Adam Silver. So, guys, if you have questions about some behind the scenes stuff or what's what Adam thinks is going to happen tomorrow, that will be a great time for that to happen in about two hours exactly from right now.
Yeah, if you jump off now, that's fine. I'll wrap it up in about 5 or 10 minutes with everyone.
Beautiful. All right, I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, thanks, Uncle John, and we'll work out that private chat very soon.
Beautiful.
See you, mate. So Rossi Benjamin says, I remember Conor versus Khabib. I can tell you it's very similar for me. Ben Richards, yes, Uncle John's about to knock out a quick one with the misses, which is awesome. Thank you very much, everyone that has just been there. You know, I mean, that's what I really love about the sport is like, hey, Neil Pickup, who's commentating the best ever, he's in watching our stream, having a laugh with us. And I'm like, hey, dude, have you got 5 minutes? Come on and have a chat. So that's what makes the sport interesting. Guys, I'll probably make some more videos. I'll go live again before the pre-show at some stage. We're officially 24 hours until the match starts. 24 hours, you dead set legends. If anyone's got any last questions, we will get into it. If anyone's got any final questions, and then we'll wrap up. Neil's going live in half an hour. Uncle John is coming. He's on 2 hours from now. Neil in half an hour. Uncle John in 2 hours. Ancestral Earlobe says Neil came on and only said the stream made him feel bad for Call Sports. Just like I said, fluffing, not caring about the fans with that comment. Neil came on and only said the stream made him feel bad for Core Sports. Well, I think he was right there because, of course, he feels bad. He does everything for the fans. You might have missed it there, Earlobes. You might have missed it there. Everyone's saying Uncle John's getting a nooner. Does it start 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow? I will get the times up. I still got the times here. So there they are. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. for you, Damien Ireland, 3 p.m. So it's going to go there. And, of course, I need to update it, but I just want to give a quick shout-out to my wonderful Patreon and YouTube bangers. For as little as 50 cents a week, you dead set legends, you can help out the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and every single penny goes back towards this channel, which is, which I absolutely love. It's going to be amazing. Everyone in here, you get behind the scenes stuff to help, what's going on with the show and everything like that. So it's going to be worse than the Dennis match. Really? Yeah, a lot of people say that, and that is fine if it's going to be worse than the Dennis match. It is. It's like everyone's expecting Devon to lose. A lot of people want Devon to win. So it's okay if Devon loses or if he gets crushed, because it's like, well, that's what was supposed to happen. So it'll be interesting from there. Yeah, Neil won't be doing it from his hotel room, his stream. Oh, where'd all the comments are coming? I have the countdown on my Core Sports hat. Apps. Let me moderate tomorrow. Yeah, why not? I don't care. As long as people don't go silly, I'm down with that. That's not a problem at all. I'm fucking too tired. Eric has come in and says, hey, afternoon delight. How are you, Eric? How are you? Joe Woodland is a beautiful YouTube banger, and he says, sign up now, fam. Become a member. Don't be a dick. You know, the Aussie arm wrestler loves it, hanging and banging. So when I get people on the show, it's just going, you know, you guys are the first to know. I'm just having a look now. It's going pretty. Oh, I've hit 6,000 subscribers. Hey, that's cool. Thank you very much, everyone, for being awesome. That is so cool. 6,000 subscribers. I remember telling my wife just the other day, maybe about a week ago, and I said, man, I would love it. And I was at 5,400 and some change. And I was like, man, I would love if I had 5,500 subscribers before the event started. And I'm now at 6,000. Beautiful. Damien Owens just coming in. He says, when Bajan is on point and serious with his training, I honestly think he can be top spot, if not top 3. Yeah, Travis was a bad dude. 6K, Sasquatch. At least we know Jake is rooting for Levan, wearing his Levan black shirt outfit. Yeah, my jumper, because, you know, when I get here at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing in my garage. Joe Nilo says, right on, 6K. Way to go, Jake. Peter McKenzie, 6,000. Congrats on the 6,000. Thank you very much. Hey, everyone, says Captain Toki. 10K soon. Hopefully. Uncle John's almost at 10K. Very proud of him there. All you 6K dead set legends. Hound Stuff says, wear green tomorrow. Why am I wearing green tomorrow? Is that because Devon wears the green hoodie? Have I missed something? Wow, congrats, 6K, beer time. Well, it's 5 in the morning, so I might have a nap time, but I want to make more videos. What date does the match start? Handman, it starts in 24 hours. So 24 hours from now, be at your computer, order the pay-per-view. 24 hours from now. Chinmaya says, I made a stake in arm bet. It takes an astronomical cut. At the end of the day, you need to know somewhat knowledgeable to make bank. It's a good way to make money. Logging off, Jake. Take care, mate. See ya, my man. See it later. How about Cobra betting on 10K on Devon? Yeah, I don't think that happened. Yeah, I don't think that happened at all. If it did, then that's some big kahunas on him. Do we know where he did the 10K bet? But yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And if he's done it, he has done it, which is good. Yeah, they're saying it happened. It happened. There you go. All right. Well, guys, we will wrap it up there. 270 Dead Set Legends. If everyone can quickly smash the like button while we're here, and just quickly smash like, so then people can watch the replay and enjoy themselves. Keep an eye on this channel. Oh, I'm not going to bed. I'm doing updates, videos. I'll jump in other people's lives and help out there. I think I'm just going to stay awake now until 24 hours from now and just go bang. It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait for the event. Keep supporting everything you do with the Aussie Arm Wrestler. Support Uncle John. We are under 24 hours to go. You dead set legends. I absolutely love you all. I'm addicted to live streams. You know, it's very hard to say bye to 262 people watching. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be good, man. It is going to be good. Let's rock and roll. Let's have the best fun with it. Enjoy the next 24 hours wherever you are around the world. And to finish off, Make sure wherever you are around the world, do something for yourself. Whether that's have a beer, go for a run, tidy something else, do something that makes you happy. And then when you do that, once you've done that, go do one thing that makes someone else happy. It's giving a hug to a loved one, giving him a kiss, sending a message to a mate that you haven't spoke to in a while. Hey, buddy, what's up? Do something for yourself. Do something for someone else. It'll make the world a better place. And always remember that the world is better when you are smiling. I'm the Aussie Arm Wrestler. I love all of you Dead Set legends, and I will see you real soon. Ready, bang! 24 hours.